Morning Stampers, it's Meg from LovenStamps, and I have another project to share with you this morning for today's holiday helper. So I absolutely love comments and I love requests and all those kinds of things. And so today's project is based on a request that a friend made, and she wanted to know what she could do with Hershey's bars for the holidays. So some kind of fun idea. And I was really inspired by yesterday's project, which was our style matchup of the cartoon and the photoreal paper today. It went over really well. So I thought that we'd do another style matchup today. Morning, Kathy. And thank you to everybody who placed their orders yesterday. Good news, the both clearance rack bonanza and the year-end closeout, the giant sale, are still going on. So while supplies last and all those things, there's still lots of great things to get, including the paper, the ribbon that I'm showing today are both on that sale and at a really great rate. So you'll want to check those out. And the link's in the description for this video if you want to have the shopping list for those things. So hey Sue, hey Jen. All right, you guys ready to see some stamping? All right, here we go. All right, so if you, I put 1800's for this toile paper. I don't know if it's really, like, what era would you call this? Sorry, I have all my cardstock on front. It's that gorgeous, like, winter toile, and the vintage look is really heavy because it has the vanilla as a background instead of the whisper white, so it's really nice. So, hey, Lisa. It's a really nice paper, and every page is red on one side, real red on one side, and garden green on the other. So really, you can do a lot of mix and match. Morning, Petra, to see what you like. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a 6x6 piece of this paper and my Hershey's bar, and we are going to make this a fun slider because I always say, I've said this for years, stamping is fun, but stamping with chocolate is better. So we're gonna go ahead and put our Hershey's bar in here. We're gonna put our piece of paper. So this is actually 6 by, let me do a quick measure, 6 by 2.5. If you have this grid paper and you didn't know, the ruler for inches is here and centimeters down at the bottom. It just doesn't have numbers, so it doesn't jump off. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop that there. I'm gonna pop my chocolate. It's really important when you get this started that you have your chocolate inside the package because you want to, tool. Oh my gosh, for real? I've said toile forever. Tool, okay, so maybe I'll just avoid. I thought tulle was Tulle, like the stuff that you put in dresses and things like that. Okay, well, we're gonna have to have a discussion. So leave a comment if you call it toile, T-O-I-L-E, for like the vintagey, cute drawing style, or tulle for the stuff you put in dresses. I'm gonna have to like look that up after our video. Okay, anyway, make sure you put your chocolate in because you wanna make sure that it fits when you're done, and you want to use a strong adhesive, tear tape or Seal Plus, and right at the very top of this paper, you're going to put a strip of that adhesive. So then go ahead and roll this around. Make sure you're not folding your paper. You just wanna be kind of loose on it. And then match up the other side. Easier said than done here. There we go. And again, not too tight. So kind of crank it down and then give it a little space because you want this to slide in and out really easily, okay? Toile, Lisa votes toile. Well, I mean, that's what I've been saying. I don't know how she's saying it. Okay, anyway, so what you're gonna do now is take your chocolate out, and I decided I wanted the red side to show on the front. And this is a lot like, in fact, it is the same kind of design as the cocoa sliders that we did early on in Holiday Helper. So morning, Carol. All right, so I'm gonna take my trio punch, and again, the supplies for this are all listed in the link in the description, whether you're watching it live on Facebook or on YouTube. And I'm gonna slide this all the way in so it's super square here, and then I'm gonna punch down. It took me a little while to warm up to this trio punch, just practice with it a couple times, and then you can, you'll find it easier and easier each time you use it. And it's been really handy for this because I love these cute little oval shaped holes. So now I'm gonna take that paper out. I'm going to flip it over, put it in, grab my trim. This trim is half price, so roll is $3.50. and it's kind of narrow, so you use it in pretty decent quantities. So I would say, you know, stock up. Plus it's real red, so you know Valentine's is coming. Thanks for sharing, Carol. All right, okay. So I'm gonna bring this here to the end. I'm going to just take this and shove this back together so I have my two ends. Oh, I think I need a little more. Now, when your chocolate's not in there, it's really safest to open that up again so that you're not dragging too hard on that hole because it's not super duper strong. Okay, I think that looks pretty good there. I'm gonna take my end and snip it. Now, we're gonna do a little pull tag here. So this is the trickiest part of using this punch. I'm gonna use this, hopefully, to punch a hole right in the center. So what you wanna do is just make sure your paper's pretty well centered. And honestly, I'm using strips, so if I have to do it like 3 times and throw it away, oh, that's pretty close. I'm gonna call that good. And I'm gonna use a pen and I'm gonna write P-U-L-L on here, because otherwise when you give this package to someone, I can almost guarantee if they haven't seen it before, they're just gonna take the ribbon and untie it. And really the cute thing is that you can pull on it. So I'm gonna, oh, it would help to put our chocolate in. I suppose if I give somebody the package without the chocolate, I can keep the chocolate. Is that how it works? All right, so I'm just gonna slide that in and then cross this over. And then I'm going to slide both ends of that ribbon through the tab. So that gets us our spot there. And then I'm gonna just tie a little bow at the end, okay? So this is our, my tag's upside down, but that's okay. Our basic slider mechanism. See how that works? Ta-da! All right, so, but we wanna do our mix up here of all the fun things. So I have a piece of Sahara sand cardstock. I have a piece of the double-sided adhesive for the die cut machine. I have a little strip of one of the other papers from this pattern or patterned paper. And I have the Nothing's Better Than Chocolate stamp set, because you know what? It's Christmas time, things get busy. Sometimes if you're not, you know, feeling super organized or things are kind of piling up, you want to go ahead and do something to just de-stress a little bit, and chocolate is always good for that. So this is our mashup. So I'm gonna take our backing here and my 2 1/4 inch circle punch and punch out a piece from this Sahara sand. This is gonna be our backing. It's gonna help to anchor our design. I'm going to layer this piece across here, but before I stick that down, I'm gonna pull in my stamps here because I have my little retro star. I adore this retro stamp set, and I'm gonna put a whole bunch of these on here because I don't know exactly where my design elements are gonna go, and I want some to still show up. Okay, so this is gonna go here. I'm gonna flip this over and pop some Stampin' Dimensionals here on the back, okay? And I'm gonna make it kind of off center just to sort of weight our treat here towards the side that opens, okay? And all right, now we need some chocolate, right? So I'm gonna grab the pieces here. So this one is the chocolate outline, and this stamp set has chocolate, coffee, and cocktails. So really, you can kind of hit all the good things there. And then I'm gonna use my Real Red, and I'm gonna go ahead and stamp inside our chocolates. We'll see how this goes. Oh, pretty good. All right, and then we have our dies. And the dies have this word here that says love you more than, and then there's the word dies for different things. So I'm gonna pull out chocolate because I'm gonna need that. And I'm gonna pull out our dies for our chocolates and kind of scoot some things out of the way here so that I can, oh, I'll go this way with my camera. So funny, right? Sometimes I've tried to move things and they don't go the direction I expect. Okay, I'm gonna pull in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And let's see, we'll make this a little easier for ourselves to get this set up here. So again, this will be available. I've been using it for the last couple days. It'll be available in a little bit for customers. I don't think we have a date yet, but if you're a demonstrator, you can pre-order this now. And if you can't wait for it, you can join my LovenStamps demonstrator team and pre-order it in your starter kit. So, all right, so super handy and cute to have on my table. I'm gonna run that through, and now I have my chocolates ready to put on our project. Okay, so those are gonna go on there. Now, the next piece that I need to use is this chocolate, and I'm gonna bring back that strip of double-sided adhesive and my strip of, oh, well, it would be helpful if I had my strip of early espresso cardstock, pardon me. I'll just step here into, you can talk amongst yourselves, discuss how to say toile. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. I didn't turn the light on. That would have helped. Okay, I'm back. So, did you decide how to say toile? Hey, Jenny. All right, so I'm going to take my chocolate cardstock here, and what I recommend for this, so this is basically 2 pieces of paper with a really thin layer of adhesive in the middle. And my, what you're gonna do is you're gonna apply this to paper, but I'm gonna tell you my strategy because it's a little different from what you might expect. I always make my adhesive narrower than the necessary length, okay? I'm gonna trim that off. Or the narrower than the width, because what I'm gonna find then is it's gonna be so much easier to peel off the backing paper from here if it's not all like completely connected. There's an easier way to get your fingernail under there. But you do want to try to get it, I just realized I should have put this towards the bottom. You do want to get it so that they're connected so you're not peeling it 10 times. And let's see, we're gonna do this on the front here. It wouldn't do to cut it, the word backwards with that adhesive on it. And I'm gonna slide this through. Woo. Sorry, when you put it on your paper, it tends to bounce around a little. Okay, so now I have my adhesive piece here. Oh, I did it upside down. So now I'm gonna have to peel it 10 times. All right, well, that's okay. So definitely use your, take your pick tool to make your life easier, and I have the pick side already. So I'm going to just pop this under each of these. Okay, my plan was sort of sketchy there. And honestly, if you don't peel them all off, it'll be okay. All right, I promise you this paper is easier than glue. It just helps if you put the right side in the, the right side in your die cut. Okay, and we'll live on a limb and leave that T on there. Okay, all right, so we have enough pieces there that are set. And then what I'm gonna do is pop this here onto our paper, and see it's already stuck. So I don't have to work too hard to get that on at all. Okay, so we're moving along here towards getting this ready, and I have a little bit that I've already pre-stamped for you. So there's a stamp in here that says, oh, here it is. Today's plan is to consume, and then we're gonna combine that with our chocolate. Okay, so let's get some Stampin' Dimensionals on here. I'm gonna kind of make this a little bit crooked across there and put one on here. This sort of 50s bowling style is kind of a fun thing to add. Okay, it's easier if I don't do it on there. And maybe I'll do this crooked too. Let's see, do I like that? Yep, I like that. Okay, and actually when we see the inside, you're gonna see why. Now, to attach this, the Hershey's bar is curved on the top surface. So what I'm gonna do is actually put my strong adhesive, tear tape or Seal Plus there, and then that goes in the center, and then at the top and the bottom, I'm gonna put a dimensional. That way we get a nice strong bond here between our layers, and we still have that nice separation at the top and the bottom, okay? So today's plan, consume chocolate, and then on the inside of this, we are going to grab another piece here from our paper. So I love this red stripe. There's also a check inside here. And I'm gonna cut that here. I'm going to pop this on. And then I have one more circle because the stamp we're gonna add to this says, oh, where's my strip of vanilla paper? Okay, I'm gonna stamp it on here and trim it. It says, because adulting is hard. And pull out my trimmer, which is handy. My goodness, adulting is hard today. All right. Okay, so this is going to go here on our circle, and we're going to add some more of those little red sparkles because we can. Now, when you put this on, that string goes right across the center of your card. So you wanna make sure that you don't put your greeting right across the center because then it'll get covered up. And so there we go. We're gonna put this here. Maybe we'll do green on the inside just to do a little contrast. I'm also going to do this as all flat, so there's nothing popped up on here because I don't want things to go back and forth. Thanks, Sue. We are all in this together some days, right? Okay, so I'm gonna pop this in here and stick it down on my Hershey's bar, and that would give you a chance to write your little message or greeting, or like hang in there. I think I need this today, right? To whomever you are giving this fun treat. So there we have our bow's coming untied. There we have our vintage mashup. So Cinda, I hope you get some ideas from this. You could do all kinds of different ways to decorate your chocolate bars. You certainly aren't limited to this exact idea, but I do love the way it combines the set from the regular catalog. And I set aside some cards to show for this. This is a little tag that came on a treat that my friend Beth Alvis gave to me. Isn't it cute? So she used the card here that is on my blog from earlier this year, and it is a Z-fold, double Z-fold card, real simple. And this one's kind of fun because the chocolate here is recessed. So I actually cut the strip and then saved the negative space and put a piece of, let's see, can you see here? Yeah, maybe. Put a piece, there you go, of the magenta cardstock underneath there. So I always want to call it Magenta Madness. Oh, it is Magenta Madness. I always confuse it with the old, way old retired color, which was not at all the same. Anyway, same kind of fun vintage style, and this one used the chocolate too. So in the stamp set, there are also cocktails. So keep in mind that even though you have some things in your head that are definitely Christmas sets, there are lots of things that you can do from your regular stamps. It doesn't have to be a Christmas specific set. If you make it red and green, it's gonna come out Christmas in the end. Sue, I'm glad you're looking out for me. I'm working over all these open ink pads. It's true. It makes me a little nervous too, but here, I'll move it over and make it easier for you. There you go. My stamps are inky too, so whatever. Anyway, so I hope you guys have fun time with this. Remember, if you are looking for a different size slider, really the mechanism is just to make your cardstock as wide as your sliding item, and then do a wrap around, and then the holes are the same because here is that cocoa slider. Oh, backwards. Cocoa slider packet from earlier, so. You're the marshmallows to my cocoa. Aww. And both this red trim ribbon, this paper are on that holiday sale that's going on, so make sure you don't miss that. Oh, and one other thing to note about the holiday sale, I posted this here on our Facebook page later, but everybody might not have seen it. If you are a Stampin' Blends fan, or you've wanted to start getting into the Stampin' Blends, here's a handful of them that I had from yesterday. The Stampin' Blends are not retiring, but they are some of them on the clearance list. And the reason that they're there on that clearance rack refresh is that we used to have them singly. They just didn't sell singly. Everyone was buying doubles. So Stampin' Up said, that's fine, we'll just sell them in pairs. So the ones that are on there are the singles. And if you don't have a lot of Stampin' Blends in your collection, you want to bump up, now is the time to do it. So click on over there to my shopping cart and look for the clearance rack. And if you can't find it, let me know, or look on my look on LovenStamps Facebook page where I posted the little how to find the clearance rack note, because these are a great thing to snap up right now when they are on like super mega clearance. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you got some fun Christmas ideas for making some projects. My challenge is for you to pull out some stamps that aren't necessarily Christmas specific, because today's plan is to consume chocolate, and adulting can be hard. So one last thing, tomorrow I won't be here live at 9:30 a.m., which actually will be the first time in 49 days. I almost made it to 50. I think I'll either be here earlier if I get my act together, or I'll be later. But either way, I'll have another project to share with you tomorrow. So, all right, guys, happy stamping. Have a wonderful day, and I will work on getting some mess cleaned up. So happy stamping.